Hello, everyone, and welcome to Modecor meeting. I would like to go back to the video that you just saw with our digital unit. We're trying and using AI a bit. And what you're going to see this afternoon has nothing artificial. It is very much human. There's a lot of creativity, emotions from our teams, the work of our ambassadors. There's real, concrete, real life work. In 2025, there were difficulties, but also bright sides. We made mistakes, but we also acquired experience. And the work we did is the result of the experience that we had thanks to Giuliano Tosi, and I would like to thank him because I feel much enriched by the possibilities he gave us to be more performant day by day, to challenge ourselves. So this is what we're going to see today. We are on the right path, but there are a few milestones on that path that will help us improve. We will see the performances of 2025 with Giuliano, and then Matteo Sala, the marketing manager, will be describing the portfolio priority for 2026. The marketing team will be presenting the most important new products that you already have seen in the catalog, and we're going to explain the most disruptive, innovative products that we're going to launch this year. We'll show you the stand at the trade fair, and then we'll have a coffee break and taste some of these novelties. And then we will have commercial meetings and then a dinner all together this evening. I now leave the floor to our CEO, Francesco Fattori.
Buongiorno a tutti.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm really glad to be here. Do you know this song? Oasis. Can you raise your hand if you know it? All of you, mostly. The title? Don't Look Back in Anger. This is a great song. The lyrics are great. And I chose it among several songs. There were songs that were talking about, they talk about opportunities. I was thinking about Opportunities by Pet Shop Boys, but I chose Oasis, which is a masterpiece, this song, because the title and the lyrics tell the story of someone who looks back in anger and disappointment. And I kind of find myself in this song because we all have had disappointments. We are struggling. There are reasons why we're struggling, but it's not anger. It is not pointing the finger, the solution to a situation that could get better. It is not dramatic. It could be better. We know how to make things better. We're going to talk about it all together. But it's mostly about attitude. And for those who were here yesterday at the grand opening, they probably know by now that it takes time to do things well. You need dedication, the right approach, which we have. We have the tools. We just need to be patient and determined. So there's no need in looking back in anger, because some of you don't even know why I say looking back in anger, because a lot of people are doing very well. There are other people in this room that are struggling a bit. But this is a point I wanted to make. The solution to any type of problem or opportunity is the approach, is thinking positive, not being anger, not being on the defensive, but being proactive, listening, joining forces, and working together to achieve the best results we can in this fantastic business. What is one of the problems for us? I know exactly what it is, and I think you're going to realize that together with this presentation. There is a market. There is a market in decoration, but the market is evolving very fast, faster than we are moving. So the solution is in the reaction, not in terms of portfolio, products, or investments. It is in our ability to apply the innovations and to give the market the innovations it wants. We have to look forward, not backward, with a positive approach, because the opportunities are there to be seized. The market is a good market. It's a fast evolving market. It needs product today and a different product tomorrow, and we have to be fast in reacting to the needs of the market. We cannot think that we can determine the market. We're not the market. We just serve the market. We operate in it. As the consumers that make the rules of the market. And that is what we have to do. We have to adapt to those rules. If the market changes and there is a certain demand, we need to meet that demand and use all of our power to get that demand, to serve that demand. And we need to have a proactive approach. We don't need negativity or to look at the glass half full, half empty, sorry. We have to look at the glass half full. We have to have determination, be ready to work harder where we have weaknesses, because we had them in the past, but use the weapons we have. It's all about the attitude. We have the weapons, we have the tools. We just need to have a different approach. It is not something that changes overnight. For those who were at the end of year Modecor party, I didn't say that, I said the numbers are not everything, but it's the attitude that changes. Not, things do not always come out the way we want, but there's no point in complaining, on being angry. We have to be positive. We have to be aware that there's a market full of opportunities that we have to take. Our clients do not want the same things, or they want them less. That is not going to take us where we want to go. But if the market requires products and we have them and we don't sell them, then it is on us. This is like my key message, the bottom line. And I wanted to share this thought with you because I know that you're like capable, strong people, but now you have to, join ranks with marketing, with the sales force, with production, with logistics, join forces and, work as a single team towards the goal. This is what I wanted to tell you. I'm not going to talk about numbers because numbers are not that important sometimes. Many of you were not there, but it took us 6 years to get to where we are today as a group. There are ups and downs, it's normal, but the important thing is to get where we want to go and to discuss and to be able to use the weapons we have on the market. And then my team will explain in detail what I mean. Giuliano will now. That's it. That was my bottom line message. There's another one though. I said this yesterday with those who were with us. I would like to ask Monica and Giuliano to come on stage. You have seen lately the announcement, and I would like to thank Giuliano before everyone. His contribution to this business was incredible. He was very determined. He, this is what I said. We need to know where we want to go, lay the right basis. And despite the difficulties, Giuliano did that. And even though in a couple of months Giuliano is going to go and work somewhere else, he's going to leave great legacy, solid legacy. We need what we have. We know what we have to do, and I would like to thank you for that. I would like to work with you for many, many years. Giuliano has decided to change after all these years careers. It was 6 unforgettable years. We go back. We go way back, Giuliano and I. So on my behalf and on behalf of the board and everyone in this room, I would like to thank you for your dedication, your contribution, the results, and I wish you all the best in your future career. Thank you. And just also very quickly, a few words on Monica. Monica has been working with me for years. She's a talent in organizing anything. She has worked in so many settings, and she had the chance to look at this business from the system point of view, so from bottom up, looking at data, dynamics, processes. So she is the one that started this process of business knowledge from a privileged point of view that is very useful for all of us. She's very committed, and I I couldn't even finish the sentence. She was like already telling me, "Yes, I want to work with you." So, and I think that Monica taking Giuliano's role is the best possible way to go. So I'd like to thank you both, and I will see you at the trade fair in the next few days. Thank you. Monica, you have the floor. Good morning. Some of you know me. Those who don't, I would just like to say, before leaving the floor to Giuliano, that my name is Monica Balocco. I've been working at Modecor for a couple of years. I'm in charge of the business unit beverage and master data. Master data, as Francesco said, is the unit that collects all of the corporate data, clients, recipes, warehouses, everything. And what I found out, because this was new to me, is that data is not just numbers. They are the engine of every single process. So this privileged observatory on data helped me to get to know Modecor. I work with Pernigotti, Giuso, McTren, and so on, because we started this work on data a couple of months ago. So this work I did with colleagues at Modecor confirmed two things. First, that I work in a reference company, and second, that people are professional. And I'm not saying that just to flatten you, but because I really think that you are all very professional, and I already had a glimpse of that when I did trade marketing for Modecor. I leave you with three key messages that I hope will guide us. One is determination. We need to roll out the plan for 2026. We need to execute it. That's the second concept. We have the plan, but the plan needs to be put into practice. And the third concept is teamwork, because this market is made of people. We're not talking about shelves. So if you want to make a difference, we need to work all together towards the final goal. And also because teamwork is what keeps us proactive and passionate. If you have proposals, if you think there's an opportunity, don't be afraid, come and talk to us. And also try and have fun in the process. This is a great chance to get to know each other, so I hope I will get to know many of you in the next few days. I will now leave the floor to those who prepare this convention and this presentation. So, as Francesco said, this year was a special year for me because with Monica, she will be taking charge of as head of decoration, and but I wanted to be here with you and share the goals for 2026, which tells you about the trust that we have, that I have, that they have in me, and also I would like to share with you this moment, my last convention, CJEP, because for you, for me, you were a family. So, and this is all thanks to you. So, what has Trump to do with decorations? I'll tell you a story because I think it applies. We influence and set our behaviors based on beliefs. We look at reality and we take decisions based on the information we have. So after this press conference, it was I think at the end of February, he said that the new trade tariffs will be applied on the 5th, then on the 9th, then on the 1st of June. You understand that people that listen to him from other countries at the beginning, they believed in the deadlines, but then after a while they were like, there's something weird. Then 1st June, it was put off to 2nd of August, the 7th of August. Do you think these deadlines are believable, are credible? Of course not. At the beginning, national governments of all these countries believed that he was serious. But then they realized that he was not to be trusted. And then they realized that in trade talks, 80% of concessions that people made to the US, they made them at the beginning of April because the message was believable, credible, but then it was not anymore. So only 20% of concessions in negotiations were made in the last few months. But what does have to do with us? And well, no one of us, if we are convinced that a region or a country is not dynamic, none of us will invest in that region or country. Why should I invest my money and my time or that of my organization on a market that is not growing? So this is what it has to do with us, because beliefs influence our behaviors. That is why we need to start from facts for 2026, not beliefs. One of the things that I hear people saying when I meet you is that the market of decorations is a struggling market. People are not decorating anymore. I mean, we are good at sensing the market, but let's look at the facts. The turnover of the business is actually growing moderately, but it is growing. Pastry chefs in Italy, we carried out interviews with 500 pastry chefs. They state that the use of decorations is stable or growing. And we say, well, it is not. Why? Because the products used for decorations have changed. So it's not that we don't decorate anymore is that we decorate differently. There is double-digit growth in the last 4 years on chocolate, customized products. We call them customized, but this also includes printers, which is a way of customizing a cake for the final consumer, coloring agents, and the so-called easy decorations, like the ones that are very cheap and that I can like use very quickly for you. Example like bowls or the Golden Touch line products. There's a slowdown in the sugar paste, in flowers and classical decorations, and a reduction of all the decorations linked to anniversaries. But the total of the market is growing. And what did we do to adapt to this market? Because we know how where the market goes, but do we have the tools? Let's see data from the last 4 years. When I say that chocolate went up 7.5%, it means it went up in 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So there's a standard growth of 7% every year. And this is thanks to Modecor, innovation, and your hard work. The same is true for sheets, customized, plus 10 and plus 3.5% respectively. Colorings, plus 3. Golden Touch, also. We have registered 220,000 euros in 2 years. So these categories, thanks to Everyone Works, led to 2 million euros turnover. If you consider that, and you consider Modecor size, it's 10% the total turnover. But now we have a problem. If we look at these like globally, the emerging segments, like the ones I just mentioned, are growing, but they do not make up for the loss of traditional customers, so sugar paste, flowers, and so on. But there's also a big opportunity. When, for example, chocolate, 45% means that chocolate in general, in all the countries we are in, so Italy, Europe, Middle East, Asia Pacific, 45% of our customers that are already active, they buy chocolate. Okay, so we can see the same things for colorings and customized products. I'm not going to go in detail through every product, but in general, our customers, we do sell between 30 and 40% the products that are trendy, that pastry chefs want. In the remaining cases, they buy from someone else. Because chocolate, if we don't sell it, they buy it from somewhere else, from someone else. So this is a great opportunity for us. It means that our market shares to conquer. If we were already at 80% with chocolate, I wouldn't have known what to say today. But I can say that we have a great opportunity, because if I can just scale up a bit quickly, I can increase provisions, turnover, and so on. I went with the team into detail, into subcategories, so the shablons, sheets, gels, the golden line, which we sell to 24% of our customers. So we have still a 76% to be served. So the bottom line is that if one client out of 3 buys our product, it means that 2 clients out of 3 are not. And that is where we have to work. So in a category that is healthy but changing, we will need to, we must absolutely keep our presence on traditional decorations and keep pressing on the new products. And you might say it's not that easy because the emerging segments, they're already competitors. So I now move to a second widespread belief, that is that competitors did better than us. And to beat the competition, we need to look at the facts and realize and figure out if that is really true. The bottom line here is that at the end of 2025, we are the first player by size in decoration, meaning a whole set of products needed to decorate cakes in terms of turnover. Boston Consulting, Doxa, and all the surveys keep on describing us as a reference company because they say our service is good, our quality is better, that we offer a wide range of products, and we're also very innovative because we give them the tools to decorate in a new way. So what was wrong? Well, out of 5,000 products, they not all of them work as they should. So in sheets, we would probably need a couple products more. Same is true with pearls, cake boards, or sprays. Some of our competitors in Europe have a wide range of products at very good prices. But next to that, which is what we have to do, because it is up to us to improve the portfolio, but we also have to realize that when it comes to chocolate, customized, and colorings in general, we are recognized as the company with the widest and most performing portfolio in the business. So, again, the question, what is wrong then? And I'll give you some examples. The execution, like examples of how to use the products. I talked to you in the past, both in Italy and abroad, and we went through the single cases, but we didn't know who our competitors were. Sometimes we did know who they were, but we didn't know what price they were selling or what they were selling. So we cannot win the competition if we do not know the competition. So to win this battle in this competition, we need to be good at first understanding who is our client and who is our competitor, what kind of products they sell, and then plan everyday visits to explain to the client why they should pick our product. We have so many products that can help us to win clients from our competitors. And if in some cases we didn't always have the right information after we met with the clients, after we met and talked, we realized that we need to plan more, we need to be more persistent, and we need to have more information on our competition, our competitors.
So, the take home message, and what I'd like you to understand is that in the end, decoration compared to some years ago is healthy. We are not alone when it's not just about beating someone else or overtaking someone else. We don't have to be followers or just followers. We need to be more than followers. It means that we should ask the right questions, we should plan, we should be persistent, and we should implement. That's good news, yeah. We have talked about that 1,000 times. What do we do when we are selling? The big difference is that, first of all, today this is no longer an option. Doing that means making a difference between a negative performance in some cases and a strongly positive performance. So, this sense of urgency, I'd like to ask you to implement together with your area managers and your coordinators is this kind of, exploration of the market, beating players, and this determination is something which is completely different from the past. Why? Because we will win if we act as followers, where there are other people among customers that sell decorations, chocolate, etc. I don't know if I forgot some strategic categories, but you will add them. Anyway, this is the point, bottom line, but this is a great challenge we need to address. But do we still or do we believe in this kind of business? Because I heard that we are not doing so well. So, how can we strike a balance between execution on the one hand and the tools we are provided with by the company? The third, sorry, idea I'd like to share with you is this one. We are doing badly. We no longer believe in this business. And I'd like to debunk this aspect because, this is not good for our investments. Modecor closes 2025 with a negative result. This is a fact. We shouldn't look back in anger. This is the right thing to do. But this is a fact. We need to take that into account. When it comes to replacing competitors, looking for our customers, this is fundamental, this is crucial in our business. 2025, we developed our portfolio. This was the strongest portfolio development in the last few years. This is something where we performed very well. We had the strongest advertising campaign. We reinforced and strengthened our sales teams. We simplified our business policy, in our incentive policy as well, in order to make sure to have a better flow in terms of implementation and execution as well. You might say, but I'd like to understand something more. Minus 4.5%, a lot of investments. How can we combine these two aspects with each other? There's something wrong between the recipe for success we chose and what we have been doing. If we go down and if we take a look at the different areas and nations, we see that there are problems in 3 countries out of 15. It's not a problem of recipe because otherwise all the other 12 countries would perform bad. This is a problem in terms of execution. I'd like to share with you some of the areas where performance was measured in the last 4 years. You can see the green color, which is average growth or good growth. Then you have yellow, which is equal, so 50-50. And then you have stronger yellow, for example, in Italy, 2-3%, and then we have red, which is a reduction in growth. We have 3 countries, and I kindly apologize with my colleagues in Asia Pacific and the Middle East. I was considering the nations with a specific turnover, so above this threshold, and it means that this is not a problem, a matter of recipe. Problems are very identified and limited. We have 50% of Italian territories where we have green color. It's not everything yellow. In 50% of Italian regions, things are working properly. What does it mean? It means that we can grow from assortment, from a product range related point of view. So, first of all, we have some European countries. I'd like to share some developments of SKUs in Europe. Spain, 96 SKUs, 70 SKUs on average in Europe, much more. Flat development. What has been Spain doing in the last 4 years? Ruin, where are you? It is growing this year as well. This development also applies to Poland and to all the green countries. There is a specific dynamic in terms of turnover and the product range. And the product range variety, since I have lunch but also, well, breakfast and dinner with the Ruiz, well, it does not depend on how good I perform, how well I'll perform on candles, but it is about the customized, the tailor-made products. The mix changes, categories are growing, and well, he pushed this product range and he could strike a balance. It is not candle business that is skyrocketing. Ceremonies go down, but through this product range, Rui is just an example, but it applies to all green countries. Well, they were able to keep this balance. Well, let's talk about Italy. Italy has 92 SKUs at wholesalers, 20 in retail. But what is the problem here? It depends on the development, -4 on wholesalers and -2 on retailers. So the point is, how can I include the emerging categories in view of this loss? In Italy, you have been fighting for that and you wanted to stick to traditional categories. As far as France is concerned, you can see that this is the hardest performance we have. We have very, very few references in the SKUs, 30 on average, 70 is the European average, and the development is flat. It is as if it was a kind of a table that is not perfect. So I have 20 instead of 70 SKUs, and this makes our business go down. The point I'd like to share is this one. This is a health category. We will keep investing because it is not about a recipe. We will adapt and adjust the recipe. More portfolio, less CGEP, or maybe incentives and promotions. And please allow me to say, well, this is not always complicated, and maybe we will also organize fewer social media activities. We will adjust this recipe based on our checks carried out in 2025, and these investments must be profitable, because within the areas where we are having difficulties or where we performed well, we should increment, we should increase our product range, and we should keep up and be up to the task with competence and know-how. Otherwise, we cannot strike a balance. You might wonder and say, yes, of course, we have at 92 in Italy with wholesalers. Yes, that's true, but I'm going to show something else, what we saw before actually. This is something that applies to Italy. This applies to other countries. The average assortment by country is not different compared to this picture, which is an overall picture. It means that we have between 60 and 70% of our customers that do not have growing categories where we did not develop the portfolio. This is a fight. This is a battle that deals with all of us. Well, just to sum up, what are the key messages? First of all, we want to debunk the myth about the market. The market is not going down. Market should be stable, but is constantly changing. And we have not yet filled all the spaces. We can speed up the growth on the growing categories where we grew in the last few years. Of course, this will be a turning point for France, Belgium, and Italy, and to have, well, a balance in Romania and in Austria, since they suffered a little bit this year. Maybe it is not about a recipe. Well, we will give you all the necessary tools in order to penetrate the market, because Matteo's team will be talking about that later on. We talk about extension of our product range. I kindly ask you, maybe only my kids know how important this business is for me, and I want this team to do well, to have a nice convention based on positive figures, well, with Monica in January 2026. I kindly ask you not to do so. You take a look and you listen to Mattarella, all the heads of government and state. They speak a lot, all these politicians, and then the day after, well, we don't care about that. I kindly ask you to change your attitude. We will not have all things well sorted out as it should, but anyway, it is a follower approach in all the growing categories on our customers where we are not present, because this will make a difference between 2026, a successful one, and 2026, which is not that good. So I'd like to thank you very much, and I'm handing over to the marketing department. And please, let's try to make the best and make the most of it. Thank you, Giuliano, and welcome everybody, well, from my side as well. Thank you, Giuliano. A lot of dedication and passion that you shared with us in your speech, and you were very complete and exhaustive. Well, I'd like to add a couple of concepts, but anyway, we are completely on the same page. Giuliano has talked and conveyed key messages. I'd like to reiterate these messages, even if from another perspective, but the bottom line is the same. It's not the first time we have shared all these concepts, but this year this is even more relevant. Well, this chart, Giuliano, was yours actually, but yeah, doesn't matter. I'm gonna tell something about this. Well, we talked about the challenges we needed to address. What we talked about, well, all these challenges can be addressed, can be managed, since we have all the weapons we need. This is a list of some of the things we have been doing in the last few years, not everything. And we tried to also, penetrate different markets. Well, we worked on the extension of product ranges, trade fairs, and the improvement of quality standards. We also analyzed our consumer complaints with a lot of attention, painstaking attention, something, it was kind of an obsession. We were obsessed with that. Well, frankly said, we worked very hard. I'd like to thank R&D and the marketing department. They really worked hard in these last few years, and they did it with a lot of passion. They believe, as Francesco, as the board, as I do, in this business, and this is important to be said. Well, I'd like to add a couple of things. Above all, about the peculiarities of our portfolio. Giuliano has talked about that. Last year, we shared, as I do with all brands, our priorities in terms of segments and the most important factors. So, first of all, first priority, I put them together. So these two priorities, so these are the so-called trendy categories, the ones that are growing. I'm not saying that we shouldn't push them. Yeah, of course we should. But anyway, this is a breeding ground, and we all know that this is the direction of our market. We had a lot of leverages, and now we will see how we performed in these categories. But anyway, this is the part where we are riding this kind of wave, as we say. And then there is another tough part which has a lot of weight. So we have flowers, we have decorations, the non-edible part, 40% of our turnover. So we don't want a decline in terms of turnover. We should do like plus 300% or something like that. So this is the third priority. It is not just about emerging sectors. We want to stabilize and minimize this decline in production and turnover for flowers and decorations and mature categories such as candles and equipment. Fourth priority, we want to act as spokespeople of Modecor and its image. We have invested a lot of money. You saw that. You know that. I said already that last year. We also invested in communication, PR, testimonials, endorsers. It is very important for us to visit our clients and customers. We want to feel as ambassadors and spokespeople of Modecor. Let's take stock of these priorities. So, first two priorities, let's put them together, since this is the in-trend part. So, the first two priorities, well, we did quite well. First one, very good. We have a growth trend. We could have done better, of course, but anyway, if we think back to what Giuliano was saying, well, we can say that if we had also increased the average assortment with clients, if we had been even more effective in terms of these categories, then we would have done better. But anyway, we would have had also less difficulties in more difficult categories, and I will talk about that. But we are growing, we are doing good. The golden touch, which is kind of the spokes project of Modecor, well, thumb up, because we are doing well. Then we have a second one about colorings and printers. Well, this was a lot of work. We tried to lay the foundations. We have not we have not yet benefited from cartridges and sheets, but anyway, we can do better. Then we can take a look at colorings. Well, this is quite good, and France is linked to a geographic topic. If we see that, well, apart from France, we are doing quite well, so we have positive data. So it's not that bad. Where we suffered is the last one, so the management of the so-called mature segments. Flowers, well, quite well, thanks to our innovation, giant flowers. They were quite new for waffles, etc. We minimized all damage, and in the last 4 years we had a single-digit growth, not a double-digit, but anyway, it was better than nothing. And then in the other sectors we suffered a lot. Well, for example, sugar paste, it was well, going down, and you will also see the solutions we came up with. We shouldn't we shouldn't try to sell like sugar paste. If they don't want it, we should try to find the solutions. For example, eye-catching products, since we have a never changing market. Let's try to address our customers' needs. New ways of doing business with innovation of Modecor we will be talking about today. As far as the last point is concerned, image, well, the results are very good. I'm very proud of Modecoriamo campaign. The team, well, did a lot from this point of view. In a way, we address our business and the work, very tangible results in terms of KPIs and visibility. We will talk about that later. Anyway, I'll try to keep it short. Well, we still have 1 hour, and well, it takes long. Anyway, innovation was very good. The communication campaign Modecoriamo, very good results. Italy, well, Italy has shown good results. That is to say, we worked together, marketing, trade marketing, and sales. We wanted to improve the commercial execution, and it is starting bearing fruits. So coverage will not be that good, but not that bad as well. And the share of wallet, if we take a look at the trend, so the crucial topic, as Giuliano was saying, is the trend from the very beginning of the year. Well, we are on the right track. And then we also have wholesalers, and here we also have good results, plus 2.5% in terms of coverage, positive coverage. So where something is shared, things can get better. And then we have export. Export is a little bit tougher, more difficult, but as Giuliano was saying, this has a lot of nuances. Some countries did bad, other countries did well year after year. So once again, it's very difficult to draw conclusions. We don't want to be superficial. I mean, we don't have any structural problems. We have very specific problems that must be identified and faced. I know it's easier said than done, but anyway, this is feasible. What did we learn? The Modecor portfolio is very articulated and complex and complicated, and Giuliano always takes a look at my charts, and then the day before, well, it changes everything. We are growing in the emerging segments, and Giuliano agrees with me, because this is where the market is. We are already doing that. We need to do faster. Well, what is more difficult is activating concrete and tangible leverages to minimize damage. We are talking about mature segments, and we know that we need to be much faster. We need to understand where the market is going. And last but not least, we need to take full advantage of innovation. 2 years ago, we already had something new. For example, these pins and the brooches with the Modecor exclusive. These pins, exclusive pins. So this is something that we are the only ones who have that. And sometimes, well, this comes from your insights and inputs and the needs of our customers. Let's make the most of it. We will see something about innovation. We did good and bad and well, but we could do much better. And then commercial implementation and execution. We can talk about portfolio for hours and hours, but in the end, we need to make a difference. This is an important topic. Distribution, assortment, product range, and also the coverage of our customers on all channels. And then last but not least, it is about relaunching our image as a brand. We need to enhance the value and capitalize on the investments we do. Well, it is not an easy pathway, but we know that it's a long journey. We mustn't give up. Once we have a clear direction, maybe it takes a little bit longer, but if we believe in it, we will get it. This is the right direction. The direction is very, very clear. Well, just to move on to the conclusions. Well, the portfolio priorities. We want to speed up want to accelerate the growth of these categories that are the trendy categories. We have a lot of innovation. We will talk about that later, and you will also have the opportunity to get into all these categories. But anyway, we need to do our best. You are receiving some products and tools to reduce damage, flowers, mature categories, and non-edible products. And last but not least, let's take full advantage of new decorating techniques, new trends, exclusive Modecor licenses, well, our innovation. Please underline, highlight that every single time. This is an important weapon to sell much more to our customers. But as I told you before, you make the difference, guys. The commercial execution, this is very important, and it brings about success or unsuccess of our business. So the concepts are the same. We want we wanted to extend our product range and cross-selling. 4 out of 10 customers buy our innovation. We can double here. We want to improve the distribution of innovation. 4 out of 10 do not buy it. And we also know that we have retail clients that buy our range, well, on average, 4 categories out of 10, and not the entire product range. We need to do that on all channels. Let's keep up the good work, and you will see that in a couple of conventions, we will be able to see that we achieved our goal, and everyone will be happy. Thank you. Thank you, Matteo. So, let's talk about novelties together with the marketing team. I'm gonna introduce all of them. Maybe you don't know them. I don't know. Someone was already here on the stage. Sandra Vitali, Alice Bignoli, you know her from last year, and Matilde Angelino. Hi, everybody. Together with our manager, we will delve into novelties. But first of all, communication campaign, because Matteo was saying that you make a difference, but as a marketing department, as a company as well, we will support you this year too, with all the investments and tools you might need to have an easier life. For example, last year's campaign, Manifesto 2025, and this is our slogan, we do not decorate, we decorate. This was the strongest campaign of Modecor, the strongest one for the entire sector, and the goal was to strengthen Modecor's image as the unique and true leader and ideal partner. So it was an advertising campaign which was very powerful. So decorate, decoriamo instead of decorate, decorare. So it is about decorating, well, the idea of decorating with a specific connection and focus on our company. So this was already part and parcel of our vocabulary. Modecor instead of decoration. But what does it mean? Decorate. I was the newcomer, so to say. I wanted to talk about how decorations are born, how they are produced at Cuvio in our plant, and this is also our idea of decorating and what are the added values for our company. It means decorating every single day, and this is kind of a statement. We are pioneers of our sector. The idea of decorating every single day, make it affordable for everybody, and a couple of gestures thanks to which our customers can make a difference. Everything was revolving around the creations of our customers, so they could put together our logo, and which means that decorate means Modecor. This was the common thread of our campaign during our digital activity, in our cover, and also in the video that we did and made in Cuvio. Let's watch a video that summarizes all this.
Pronti?
You don't need no luck with that golden touch. Time to light it up. Let's go. Get ready for it. Get ready for it. Get ready for it. Yeah, this is it. Go! 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 Yeah, this is it. Go!
Questo significa modecorare.
It's now or it's never. No plan with forever. It's now or it's never. Hey. It's down to the wire. Who gonna take the empire? It's down to the wire. This is it. This is just the beginning. Get ready for it. This is yeah, this is it.
Well, we performed very well. I remember the first meetings with Romina, and I was asking, what is missing? What do we need? Communication was missing. So last year, we wanted to do a lot also in view of these leverages and objectives, and we keep up doing that. Well, with the communication plan that we created together with the digital department, we could achieve good results. You can see here the results. So Modecor is much more visible than before on the market with our customers. We will continue these investments next year in order to support the launch of our novelties and the catalog that we prepared. Our catalog, as I told you before, starts from the good things we did last year. This is the result of our so-called refoundation, so reshuffling, benchmarking work. Well, we questioned every single category. We did the quality again, I mean, for many products, and this was very important. So we created a catalog that is even richer than last year, 1,252 SKUs, and 15% are new. We have some new products and also, a refresh, so to say, and relooked catalog. 552 pages, well, plus 24 pages vis-a-vis 2025. And what are the differences? We are strengthening much more the so-called mature categories. So the extension of the product range, categories that we not forgot, but I mean, we put them aside. And then innovation. Innovation compared to last year is much easier, well, to sell in emerging categories. And this is something that has been much more sellable compared to last year. And then we also involved our our from the foreign market in order to create something that could be sold much more easily in their country. Our objective is to increase our share of wallet, SOW, and this rich catalog will enable us to do so. Now, let's talk about this catalog based on the different categories that are important for our portfolio and our priorities, as Matteo was saying. So, customized products and chocolate. Last year, we did very well, and we want to keep up this good work. For easy decorations, there is a lot of room for improvement in order to use all these added value colorings. Then we will be talking about colorings, our flagship product, in order to address the market trends. We will be talking about printers, not as printing machines, but as something that you have been waiting for a long time. And we will be talking about mature categories, flowers and candles, and then we will focus on unique innovation, products that we can have as only provider.
Let's start with custom made and chocolate. Custom made is the most important category for coverage, as we know, because it is a must have product, to put your signature on your creation is essential for chefs. Last year, you pointed to the issues in our products. We worked on them to improve their quality. We did it. We got to a very good level in terms of quality, and we're proud to show you what we did. On chocolate, last year in September and January, we had a great catalog in terms of number of products and quality. Because we opened, thanks to the R&D team, a new technology. We opened to a new technology to mold chocolate with unique forms, which we call the emotional line. Let's see this category more in detail with Alessandra Vitali, our brand manager. Yeah, let's start with the custom-made products. It's not just about products, but it's also about identity. We are talking about custom-made decorations. That is one of the strongest tools we give our customers to stand out, to leave a signature, to be memorable, recognizable, and unique. Modecor has always been a leader in customization, thanks to experience, innovation, and quality. This is our DNA. And results confirm that, because we had plus 9% in turnover in 2020 compared to 2024. But there's one number that is more interesting, and that is the use. Basically, only 30% of our total customers buy custom-made decorations, which means there's potential for growth. One of the strong points of this category is a line. We have a very complete line, wide array of products, solutions for coffee shops, waffles, anything you can think of. A full ecosystem that offers every chef the chance to express their identity. But we do not stop there. Every year we put on the market new products. This year we have red cocoa butter plates with golden writing, and we have the shine plate that we launched last year, and the dome-shaped surface makes the logo even more easy to read. Also, to improve the quality, last year we introduced a new symbol in the label of products that guarantees the right storage of the product. And I'm talking here about quality, also in terms of service. Modecor has very fast, flexible service. Mocks can customize. The drafts are ready in 1-2 days, and orders are carried out through the application. So basically, custom made decorations are a great category we have to keep on investing because it retains the client. It gives the product an added value because it is recognizable, and it is a category in which we have great margin for growth. So we have to keep on believing that in this category. Now let's see together this video that summarizes the key points about this category. Let's now move on to another category that is strategic for Modecor, and that's chocolate. In the last year, it registered 11% growth, and this tells us that the market is reacting positively, and that we are working as we should. But we want to do more. So starting last year, we introduced the emotional line. It's a line with decorations, chocolate decorations that should trigger emotions in people when they see it. Today, with new techniques, we can make products that are very realistic with good, intense, lively colors, because the chocolate today has to stand out. Given the great success of this line last year, we decided this year to take a step forward and to do more, also for like the great anniversary. So basically, we offer products that work, chocolate decorations that are new and in line with the trends. So we have these three-dimensional hearts for Valentine's Day with a fresh contemporary design that is also suitable for a younger client. But then we have a Women's Day. We have these plates that have like pop writings. They will stand out because they're like shiny and funny and modern. Then we have Father's Day, when we have two main products: the tie, the chocolate tie, that has a different layout this year, and a new decoration. This is a chocolate heart of 8 centimeters that has like a male outfit, which is considered as like the star decoration. So this is an original new way to celebrate Father's Day. Then Easter. I think one of the most interesting new products is the kit of animals. It's very original. We will find a kit within the pack. You can create it. You can decorate Christmas eggs and other desserts, and it tastes really good. We're really happy about it. And then for Easter, we have 3D eggs with emojis that will have people crack a smile when they see them. And they also go with the times because emojis are one of the most important ways of expressing ourselves. And Mother's Day, these are like writings that are like funny but also emotional to celebrate moms on Mother's Day. All these new products have a key goal to help you sell more. They are emotional products, they are immediate, they are recognizable, and their goal is to make selling easier. They tell a story and they talk directly to the final customer. And these are only some of the new products you will find in the catalog. And I invite you to leaf through the catalog to see all the new products. We continue with chocolate. This is a product that we launched last year in September, and you sold it really well. It's the Golden Touch chocolate. We sold 30,000 euros of this in 3 months. It worked really well. It's basically a product that follows the golden wave trend, but for the first time, it is combined with the Chablon chocolate. So the star and the heart kit you see here are a really nice way to make your dessert shine. Is the kind of product that customers pick like immediately, so it's very easy to sell. That is why we keep on offering it, because it is really worth having it. Now the floor goes to Daniele, that is going to talk about easy decorations. Yeah, we wanted to show you some of the decorations to really share with you the work that was done with the art directors and the research and development unit. We talked about Golden Touch, so we continue with the golden category. For the easy decoration category, that is, decorations are so easy to use that can be used every day. We have the Golden Touch, we have the instant crumble grains, and the sprinkles. These are the categories we focused on this year. We go through the Golden Touch, and then with Alessandra and with Alice, we are going to see the news for sprinkles. Yeah, Golden Touch, it's a family of products you know very well. Gold is the new black, and after 2 years, gold is a certainty. It's just like black, it's always trendy. And today, the results confirm it. Plus 200,000 euros turnover in the last few years. And if we add also the Choco Golden Touch, we get to 230,000 euros. So results that are very satisfying. One of the strongest points of this category is the wide array of products. There are so many formats today, covering basically every need of our customer. The 8 centimeters square format for small surfaces, the XL format for bigger surfaces like tabs or cakes for big anniversaries, and then the one that goes around the cake, the single shape, ready to use formats for a shiny instant effect, and to conclude, glitter touch and deco crumble. It's a very big family with different formats, different applications, all with one goal: to make every creation shine. We're very satisfied with the results, but the results tell us that we need to keep on investing in this category. This is why we have 2 new products: mono shapes for Easter, conceived to give personality and shine to Eastern creations. And also another product which you asked for. It's a package that is optimized. It's a tab. It can be resealed, and it will be smaller, just 8 sheets. It will be easier to manage, and it will simplify selling for you. So 2 new products with one goal: simplify sales. And I conclude and leave the floor to Alice, who will talk about glitter touch. Thank you, Alessandra. Now let's talk about glitter touch, which is part of the golden touch, but now it's independent. Alessandra talked about the golden wave. These products continue to be on top of the golden wave. Throughout the year, we sold 4,100 packs. This is why in September we also made the red glitter touch. And in only 4 months, we sold more than 700 packs. The total of turnover is 66,000 euros, with almost 1,500 clients served. This tells us that this product has a lot of potential because it's easy to use, it works, it gives a great results. So we decided to add more products, a whole set of products in the glitter touch line. But let's first go through the glitter touch, what it is. It's not the glitter you buy on the internet, it's eatable. You can eat it. There's no colorings. These are specks with a size that is so small that they reflect light, and they can be sprinkled on cakes. The new line wants to emancipate itself from big events, so not just gold and red. We have pink, blue, silver, and black. So we will be able to sell them throughout the year. How did we conceive these products? They started with a trend. We were looking on the internet and we saw there was a trend of blow cakes. So someone celebrating, I don't know, birthday, they would like blow the candles and there would be like huge glitter, like a glitter fog everywhere. So our glitter is edible. It doesn't have to be isolated from the cake like the glitters of everyone else, but it can just be put on the cake directly and eaten with no problems. So use this product and blow the glitter away. And the packaging is great also because it is sold in packs that have already a dosing tap. So you can just sprinkle it without, dirtying your hands, without, having glitter all over your face. So even the application of the glitter is really easy. The product is 100% edible. Within the pack, you have 30 grams of product, not 40, just like red and gold, because the size of the grains is slightly different. And that's it. Try it and sell it. And then the sprinkles. Within the easy decoration category, we also have a subcategory called, we call them sprinkles. What is that? All those small decorations ready to use of sugar, chocolate, grains, extruded, sugar coated, all of those products. For now, based on market analysis and analysis of our portfolio, we decided to start our revolution of sprinkles using, first of all, the pearls. The market analysis says the pearls sell very much and that they function very well in the WHS channel. They're sold on shelves I see Pierre here. When you go to Pierre's, you see a lot of grains on the shelves. We already had pearls, but they were in cardboard boxes. The graphics was great, but we wanted people to buy them very quickly. So you find now in the catalog sugar pearls. They're soft. They're really soft, and they are in transparent boxes that people can buy in 1 second. They're easy to recognize on the shelves, and it's 100 grams now. It's not just 1 kilo as before. It's very good for the WHS sector. But let's see what products we have in this category. So the first 5 references are the same in different colors. So you have sugar pearls from 3 millimeters to 1 centimeter in 5 different colors: pink, white, yellow, green, and blue. And then we have micro pearls, 2 of them. One is white, silver, and the other one is silver, fuchsia, and pink. Who do we sell these products? Everyone. Pastry shops, gelato shops, HoReCa, retail, wholesaler channel. In the retail, we can web sector, we can sell even one pot, but sell them one pot of each time. In the WHS, you sell 10 of them. Thank you. And we're ready to fill the market with sprinkles. With Alicia, we go on and we look at the colorings, which is one of our key pillars. Last year, we widened the number of products in terms of categories, colors. This year, we analyzed the portfolio. We saw that some brands did very well, and we wanted to push them forward even more. And with Matilda, we're going to see a coloring agent that is meeting the need to write on cakes, and we see it straight away. So this page you see like an overview of all the coloring agents we have. We're talking about edible colors, food colors. We offer the main colors for every use in HoReCa, pastry shop, and gelato shops, and restaurants. But since we want this category to grow even more, we ask ourselves, are we satisfied with it? No. What can we do more? I'm telling you, I'm sorry if I'm going to be a bit long, but we analyze the performances of a coloring that you all know and sell very well, the color paste. It's a paste coloring, ready to use, to color chocolate, surrogates, and everything that is fat based. This coloring in the last 4 years grew every year by 83%. It almost doubled sales every year. It doesn't come by chance. And it tells us, first of all, that there's a potential there. That rocket there hasn't stopped, and we shouldn't stop it. We should just give the rocket more fuel. Second thing we learned is that the market likes it. It is stable, it is growing. And third, and that this is the right time to invest in this category. The problem with this product is that it is only available in 100 grams. So we also analyze the color gel, which is a complementary product. Everything I cannot color with color paste, I use color gel. Color gel has a double size. It's double size. You have 2 formats, and it works really well. If you look at the turnover, you see that 50% of sales are due to the 20 grams and 50 to the 100 grams. the 750 clients with the small format and 1,500 with the big format. You know maths more than me, so you probably realize that there's potential to double the turnover of color paste if color paste is offered in a smaller format. And we did it. You already find it in the catalog. We have samples upstairs. It is today available in 100 grams and also 15 grams, not 20 like color gel. It's the same tube, but we had to put like a smaller quantity inside for technical reasons. So also you should know that in the color gel line, those who try the small format then buy the big one. So here we have two potential customers. We can use the small format to try it, to have the client try it, but also to sell the bigger one. So what did we put in the catalog? The 40 pieces exhibitor with the recharges, with the cartridges. We used the colors that sold very well in the 100 grams format. So black, blue, green, pink, yellow, and red. And I remind you that they're all gluten-free, and black and blue are not an azoic. There was a question from the room. Sorry, we didn't hear it because they did not ask it in the mic. There are other coloring agents on the ground, but there are usually powdered ones. So this is the only product on the market.
Ah, ok.
Matti, you have the floor. Now let's talk about writing products, since this is kind of a hybrid between dyes, colorings, and semi-finished products. Let's take a look at what we have at the moment in our portfolio, which allows our customers to write and decorate biscuits and cakes. We have a decor gel. This is gelatin, an edible gelatin jelly, sorry, that we have had for some time with a transparent, translucent effect, so it doesn't cover. Then we have a creamy tube, which is a kind of a tube like a decor gel, but here we have a hazelnut cream. So it is good for writing, but also edible. And then we have a semi-finished product, that is to say royal icing. This is powder, and it must be processed in order to have the so-called royal glaze. Then we took a look at the portfolio and what is going on in the market. We have a cookie art. What is that? It is the art of decorating biscuits, and not only that. We saw this trend well abroad and then in Italy as well. And then we looked for a product that could allow our customers to decorate their biscuits in the best possible way. So this is the reason why we created icing. Icing is a semi-finished product, well in sugar, designed for writing and decorating biscuits, cakes, and desserts of all kinds. It has a covering effect, so you can also decorate well dark sides and surfaces like cakes, which was not possible with decor gel. And the formulation is different. It is like a three-dimensional product, and it has even got more value. Let's say, what did we do? This is ready to use a sugar-based preparation. What did we do? We developed three different colors, that is to say red glitter, gold glitter, and white. Gold is a universal color, it works well, so we wanted to take full advantage of that. Red is perfect for major holidays, public holidays such as Christmas, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, and other parties, and the festive season in general. And it is also used, well, during this season. And then we have white, which is a cross-cutting color. Well, Red and gold are quite difficult to realize with real ice, so we real icing. So we wanted to simplify the work of our customers, and they have also glitters, as you can see, and it makes them even better and even nicer. It was not just a product that should be ready to use and easy to use as well, but also something that is available and also well, good for our customers. We have well, 18-gram tubes because icing has a different texture, and they are available in single color packs with the 6 pieces or in a display of 40 assorted pieces. So we have a perfect product for wholesalers, for small pastry shops, and shops that need something to decorate a biscuit or a cake at the very end. But we also want to reach those professionals working and processing big quantities of products. So people, for those one single tube is not enough. So we created the 1 kilo tub in 3 colors: glitter, gold, red, and white, and it can be also sold individually. Well, the plus is that the white bucket can also be colored with color gel. So we have an infinite number of colorings. So we wanted to support you when it comes to selling this product. Since this is a potential product because it needs our customers need, it addresses, sorry, our customers' needs. This is the reason why we created a folder with the advantages, pros, and applications, and we also created an ADV, so an advertising poster to be published in trade magazines, with should act which should act as a teaser for our customers, well, to enhance and highlight its versatility and its accuracy as well. And we also made a launch video which we want to show. This was a very nice idea and solution for our customers. Now let's talk about printing machines, printers. It's not a solution designed for writing but for printing. Last year we have completely updated our fleet of machines. You will not find a new printer today because well, Infinity and MyPrint A4 are quite well performing. I mean, we resolved the previous issues that we had been dealing with for several years, so we could also we could solve all problems. So we have a good positioning of the machines and also the price per copy. You have did an excellent distribution last year, and then there were consumables. It's time to sell the consumables. We need to monitor customers to whom we sold the machine to understand when they place their orders, above all cartridges and sheets. Matilda will be talking about another important input. We will be talking about the sheet you had been waiting for a long time. Well, before going and getting back to the nitty gritty of the newness of this product, we would like to take a look at what we have in our portfolio. We have different solutions, and these solutions were designed to address the specific needs of our customers. We have a wafer sheet, and this is perfect for customers who prefer convenience over graphic performance. It is very fine and smooth and easy to use. Then we have also sugar and starch sheet, for example the Elite sheet, which is a premium sheet with excellent graphic performance for experts, not so easy to use and which takes time to dry. Then we have the free top sheet, which is without sugar, with excellent graphic performance and easier to use. Then we have a sugar sheet, which is perfect for those clients who prefer convenience and easy of use, so they want a sugar sheet. As you can see, we understand that there is a sheet that is missing: convenience, easy of use, and performance, graphic performance. So these three characteristics that should be combined. So we would like to cover this last need. This is the reason why we launched the RevoPrint sheet. Well, RevoPrint is so called because it is not just an edible sheet, it is a revolution, not just an evolution. It is an edible sheet where we have performance but also convenience and ease of use, and it also reminds us of the reverse concept. So it can be used on the one side and on the other side. Well, it has got a smooth and rough surface, and then we will go through all these characteristics. So this is a new sheet that was developed by Modecor, designed by Modecor, and we are leaders in manufacturing edible sheets, so we entered the market with the sheet we had been waiting for. It is sugarless, sugar-free, gluten-free, and also vegan. Let's take a look at its characteristics. So it is ready to use. As I told you, there is no acetate here, as this is the case for other sheets. It can be taken out of the packaging, it can be put into the printer, and we will have no problems, no issues. There is a perfect grip for printing in this way, so no blockade, so to say. And then there is a very good graphic performance. We can choose between two different effects. We can have the smooth side for sharp images, to which we are used with the other sheets in our product range, or the rougher side for kind of an artistic and very material effect. Then this is a sheet which is light, flexible, that can be cut in an easy way. On other sheets, it would maybe be more difficult to cut them because they can break, and it can be applied on cream. It has a long shelf life, it can be preserved, different temperatures, and it has a delicate vanilla aroma, perfect graphic performance. It can resist also over time without getting ruined. And it has, as I told you before, a delicate vanilla aroma. When we take out of the package, this will be very pleasant on the one hand, and it will have no impact on the flavor, on the taste of the cake, which will not be jeopardized. So we are really glad that we were able to combine, easy of use, convenience, and performance. Here we have a possible use on a cake. You can see both sides, the smooth side and the rough side. So we wanted to support you to sell this sheet. This is something that people were looking for a long time. I think that will be a very good product. One of our best sellers, actually. We also made a social media video for the launch, which will be released in the next few days, which you can share with your clients. Then we also have a 3-panel folder about advantages, applications, and characteristics and features of the product. And then we have an ATV, which was designed to draw the attention of professionals, to highlight the versatility of the product, and it should act as kind of a teaser, so to say. So we made this video, which we are about to show you. Thank you. Well, a round of applause not just for Matilde for the presentation, but also for the management, the owners. It took 2 years to design this sheet. We had to study a lot, we had to invest so much money, and as a company as well. And this allowed us to manufacture the best possible sheet, which combines all the different features without any compromise, so to say. So we have convenience, performance, we have easy of use, we have everything. Good performance, well, ReboPrint, our flagship product now. Now, let's talk about the so-called mature categories. Well, these were a little bit put aside at the very beginning, and we had some losses in terms of customers. And since the loss has been too great, we wanted to, well, put stop on this kind of loss, and we decided to enlarge our portfolio a little bit and update it. Let's start with candles. Candles play a key role. Why? It is an important category for all of us, a strategic category for which we have quite a large product range which needed to be updated. It was quite static, so to say. So, since our competitors already do it, we thought we could work on this category, and we did it, and we included a new SKU. I'm talking about the so-called diamond candles. Why are they called like that? Because there is this geometric shape which reflects light and reminds us of the shape of a diamond. It is a new modern line with which brings a lot of vitality to our category and to our product range. Two different colors, gold and silver. Gold, we have already seen it, is a popular investment trend. We try to have it everywhere in every category, so it's a category cross-cutting, so to say, and or cross-category. And then we have the other one, which is silver, which is used in on other occasions. So we didn't have it in our wax candles. So we wanted to have a new product which does not just offer a new shape but also new colors for our customers. And then this product is within this kind of pack, which makes it more easily sellable. So we have 5 centimeters for the candle within this kind of blister. The blister that we also use for other display. So it can be sold to customers who already have a Modecor display. Maybe they want to update it or they want to fill the empty lines, or maybe it can be sold to new customers who do not have these products yet. So candles are packed in these 10-piece boxes, so also this format allows us to reach small customers and bigger customers as well. We do think that this launch can offer an appealing, compelling product, modern one, something to be shared with our customers in order to stay competitive in this category of candles. Very good, that's all, I'm done. Thank you, Mathieu. The other mature category par excellence that we had been sitting on for years is flowers. So we were a little bit slow together with Alicia. We analyzed the competitors. We saw that there was a gap to be closed, not just in terms of price positioning, but also in terms of depth of the product range. So we started to renew the range. We did some launches last year. We would have done even more, but it was impossible at that time. And we had some positive signs in 2025. Let's see what we have for 2026. Let's talk about woofer flowers. You know, it's very big. You can see the different covers of the last catalogs. We have already had, or always had, beautiful flowers. We just needed this kind of added value. Analysis told us that we lost a little bit this passion that we were asked to bring back for this category. Wafer flowers are used, but they need to be suitable for our moment. So, starting from last year and with this awareness, we wanted to launch something new in April, a range that could close all the different gaps that we had identified. So, micro wafer flowers and giant wafer flowers. When we received the price list, some of you came up with an idea and they were like astonished and they said, you saw the cost price of the giant flower, they will never buy it. And we believed we believe that was not true, because this was the one that we could sell most compared to the other ones. So the giant one. So we added to this high-end collection a product that we needed in the right at the right moment. You were very good at selling it, and it is a part of our product range now. And then we also carried out some operations and things that enabled us to say that this is not just suitable for daily use, it could also be used for celebrations, for example. So the Modecor flowered portfolio is the most complete one at the European level in the sector of wafer flowers, and it has all the main clusters, so price flowers, small flowers, big flowers, with leaves, without leaves, to put on a cake, close to a cake, next to a cake, etc. We have everything. We are really spoiled for choice. And we also have a very modern pack or package, very small and windowed pack that also improve product visibility and encourage impulse buying, and it's very eye-catching on the shelves and very good in the labs of our clients. So this was the natural evolution. So we wanted to launch other ones since it was very successful. You will find 19 other or further SKUs that replicate the basic characteristics of the product range with different colors. So we will have other giant flowers with other designs maybe, and other variants and formats of the flowers that were already included in the catalog. I kindly ask you to open the catalog as soon as you are back home and take a look at decorative flowers. We also made progress from that point of view. You have the feeling they are vintage, lost, outdated, old-fashioned. No, they come back, they are back in fashion, and they stand out on the shelf, and you can use them for the market regardless of the time in which they are launched. Okay, now Up to now, we saw many beautiful things in order to improve our performance. So we are on the right track with our categories and catalog. Now let's take a look at our innovation products that we are the only ones who have them, and we have well, a catalog just on that. We could have something like that, and we are the only ones who have that. This can be a good opportunity to seize in order to make additional sales. What will we see within this category? We will find the products that respond to new trends with high added value solutions. We will fall in love with the new ways of decorating, something that doesn't exist up to now. And we are going to talk about the products for which we have exclusive licenses that are well known and appreciated, and which only we have to dress up many of our products. So, you know Cream Art, right? We launched it last year. It is one of the unique innovations, yes, of course, for many reasons. It started with the objective of counteracting the boom of sugar paste, or I mean, no, the decline in terms of sales of sugar paste. Sorry. Well, as our boss was saying, it is useless. We're trying to sell it, and this is a semi-finished product in a powder, which does exactly the same, but it is not sugar paste. So it can be used for decorating and also storing, writing on cakes, etc. The launch of this product is kind of a marathon. It was not a 100 race. It was not a sprint. It was a marathon because we started very slowly, and as this is always the case, there are some areas where you can get some water, for example, or something to drink or something to eat. So we needed to explain everything. Well, in April, we gave you some important communication tools in order to speed it up, and you completed the marathon because we sold 4 tons of this product within a year. So we decorated at least 20,000 cakes with cream art and color gel. Very good. By the way, in this restoration area, you received also, well, a tutorial where you talked about the highlights of this product. You received also a recipe book, which is still in place in digital and paper format. You will find some copies upstairs, and you also received a kind of a table, well, which was very useful to debunk and to question the objections of your clients about this product or complaints, in a way, because this is sold to people buying vegetal cream. Well, if you take a look at the price, then if you compare it with cream art, well, you see that it is much cheaper, but cream art is much more expensive. But if we explain powder rehydrated with milk and also the performance, the overall performance, then if you make a comparison, you can see that they are on the same wavelength. And cream has not is complementary with the color gel. Well, there are no defects, there are no problems in terms of performance. Very nice, very nice. Should we be satisfied with what we have? No. We listened to you and to your feedback, and we would like to expand our range, product range, which is a pre-colored powder version. You can color it with color gel, yes, of course, but you know it is very difficult to have covering black and red in the pastry shop. So we want to have cream art, traditional one, and also colored cream art, 2 colors, that is to say burgundy red and black. Burgundy red is very trendy at the moment in the small boxes that you can see, Cartier boxes, and these cakes can be seen everywhere on social networks. They are used for celebrations and weddings, for anniversaries, for graduation parties. So you have anything possible. Well, we think it is not really for filling, glazing, but for covering and decorating. We have therefore added a sweetener to the formula to make the product more palatable for use as is. So we don't need any flavoring paste. We have 1 kilo packs of semi-finished powder. They can be sold individually. Another important aspect about this product is the repurchase rate. So, if we have another adoption rate of cream art, so the neutral one, we will be in a very good position. More than 40% of people that did the trial with this package also bought the box. So, if this product is appreciated, it will be pretty much appreciated by everybody. So, at the CJEP, you will find different samples of this product that you can give your customers and they can test it. If you test it, you will use it. So, a very nice word used by Alessandra. This is the ecosystem par excellence when it comes to decorations. This is the right product for the right cake. So, if you want to take something for granted, you have Lambert cake, quart cake, all the cakes you can find in a pastry shop, we have the solution. Another thing, you will not find cream art, burgundy, red, and black in a generic catalog. Why? Because it is being manufactured now. As soon as they are available in stock, you will receive an email from customer service and from us with advertisement material so that you can market it as soon as possible on the market. And launch it on the market. So no one has it as this product apart from us. It is produced at Modecor. We have the monopoly in terms of packaging, storytelling, shape, etc. Apropos storytelling, a company doing vegetable cream has also copied our selling pattern, and they are copying us. They are trying to do copy and paste, but they're not able to.
So this one of the new products I believe in a lot. I stalked everyone to have it, and I hope really that you will believe as much as I do in it. Up to now, our customers, they lay decorations on top. Sugar, chocolate, any decoration. But they also take flat decorations on the sides. Thanks to these mono shapes of golden touch, we learn there is another way of decorating. That is integrating the decoration in the surface of the cake, following the shape of the cake. And thanks to an inspiration from street art, we present a new product. What is more pop and decorative than a sticker? An edible sticker. So the new decoration of Modecor is a sticker. It can be eaten, and this is an exclusive product. We need a round of applause here because I think it's a great idea. But let's see what it is. Decor stickers, they're integrated into the cake. They are stickers. Food stickers. They're transparent sheets that are printed, and their formula makes sure that they stick to the cake. On chocolate, sugar paste, glaze, cream, anything. They perform better on products with light colors. But let's see what the products of this line are. There are 3 sheets of stickers. One is flowers and butterflies. It's a mix. And it is not linked to a specific anniversary. The second one is hearts, so Women's Day, Valentine's Day, birthday cakes. And the third one is my favorite. We worked with the brand Smiley Word and we made stickers with emojis. I think that you will sell a lot with this product. What is the package? So you have the red Modecor package with 6 bags inside. There's a sheet with 28 up to 35 stickers. Every bag can be sealed back because we learned that chefs, they use it and then they want to keep it and they close it and it has to be closed. But those of you who are distributors or work with distributors, you can also tell them that each sheet can be sold singularly to the final client because there's a lot on every sheet. To help you sell this product, we made 3 communication projects. One is the social media one that will be sent to you also by WhatsApp and by email to send to your clients. The second one is a folder with all this information, marketing, key values with 2 QR codes, one to the video and one to the how to use of the product. And the third one is an advertisement that will be printed in the most important magazines of the business, and it will help us to make this new product known to everyone. But let's see a video about it. We think about decoration, we usually think about chocolate, custard, icing, flowers, but there's another business in pastry, and I'm talking here about the dough of shortbread and sponge cake that have traditionally been considered as not very aesthetic. Sometimes we see them handmade decorated, but that's not scalable, that's not replicable. So this is where we found another opportunity. There was a whole world of decoration that nobody was operating in. And also, there's a new trend in the market, that of the naked cake, where basically the dough is not covered anymore by icing. It is left to be visible and to have a key role in the aesthetics of the cake. So for us, it was a time to act on this. And we were like, we asked ourselves, if the dough is the protagonist today, can it become more decorative? And from these, we developed the product of the year, I think, that is a decal for baked products. And it is the first time that such a product has been made. So basically, it's a rub-on transfer that can help you decorate the base, the sponge cake, for example. But let's see how. Because it looks like a normal transfer on, but no, it is much more. Thanks to the work done by our research and development, basically we transfer directly on baked products. It's a sheet of paper that can go into low or high temperatures, and the ink resists to any thermal shock. The result is very bright colors that are very much defined. And it's not just in the theory, because today we offer our customers 6 different products developed to launch this new product for sponge cake and shortbread. We have different hearts. It's a very fresh, romantic design. It's perfect for Valentine's Day, but also for throughout the year. Then for something more original, we have the animal print, brown and fuchsia. Then we have the three linked to the flowers, so lemon, strawberries, and so imagine a tiramisu with the sponge cake decorated with the coffee beans. It is elegant, it is modern, it's very original. We've never seen something like that. And then the pop flower, so it's more spring, it's younger, and it's great for Mother's Day or Women's Day. The packages are flexible. We have 24 sheets with mixed graphics and 12 with the single ones. But this is just a starting point, because if they do well, we can expand the line. Let's see why this project is so important, because it's very easy to use. Decorate a sponge cake is not really hard. The process is really clear and simple. So you put the transfer on the tray, you pour the dough of the sponge cake on the transfer on, you bake it as you would normally, and this is where the magic happens, because during the cooking, the transfer on transfers on the sponge cake. You then freeze at negative temperature so that the transfer on can get solid. You verify that it transferred correctly, or you just put it at negative temperature for another 30 minutes, and then you peel off the sheet of paper, and that's where you get the magic, as you see. The same is true for shortbread. 6 steps for a great result. Here again, we put the transfer on the tray. You roll the shortbread, you roll it out because it's a bit tougher, it's less liquid than sponge cake. You put it at a negative temperature. This is where the magic happens, where the transfer gets on the dough. Then you remove the paper, you cut them, you cut the biscuits, you cook it, and there you have the final result. And the colors are really stark, defined, shiny. This for 6 steps, both for shortbread and sponge cake, will be in a special, will be described in a special communication. You will have a QR code on the package that guides the client in the process. I conclude by the icing on the cake, because the product comes with communication material, specific communication material to support you in the sale of this product. So there's a social media video that summarizes the product use in a couple seconds, and we will be publishing it on our social media, and we will be sending it through WhatsApp and by email. And then a folder, very practical, that explains the product in a very clear way. And there's also a QR code for the how to use, to explain the product to your customers. And then the advertisement that will be published in the main magazines to maximize the visibility of this product and strengthen its positioning as a reference innovation. So now we conclude with a short message to get through to your customers. The transfer on is not just a product, but it's a new experience of decoration. Let's see now together a video for social media.
Very nice. Thank you very much, Alan. Now let's talk about licenses. Well, Matti, come here. Matti has been working on licenses since she joined the company, so she revolutionized our portfolio. So when we talk about licensors, I mean, it takes a little bit of time. We need 1 year, 1.5 years for launching a product. It's not always easy, but anyway, she dealt with all licenses, and now we have kind of an explosion of all these brands and the licenses. So when it comes to managing these licenses as a part of our portfolio, well, this is not always easy. They are also well balanced, they are an identity. Let's think about Tune. We launched at the very last part of the year, and it was very good. So we can go back to what we know. So let's talk about licenses. In the last few years, we tried to make them more modern, cross-cutting, and engaging as an offering. We did it trying to put some special occasions inside. So we have a plus 1% in terms of sales, but the effect is something we can see in the last 4 months with Tune. We can talk about a big success. All the decorations that were developed together with Tune, well, gave very good results, surprising results. More than 440 clients bought it. We have a turnover of almost 60,000 euros. Tune is the second brand in terms of sales in our portfolio, and many talked about us on social media, but also in the press. So this proves that our customers are looking for products that combine quality, elegance, and a brand recognition. That's why today we are presenting our new collections dedicated to the most important occasions. So we wanted to work in this direction. We developed new collections, well, for the most important occasions. Let's start with the Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is the third biggest sales event of the year. So in our portfolio, let's make the most of it. We wanted to be present with the decorations that could also become an elegant and romantic message of which is something typical for Tune. We developed these sugar bars with very nice and sweetie writings, with these teddy bears that are in love, and the shablon in white chocolate. Well, we also have the Tune Angel, which is the icon of the brand that was missing in the Christmas decorations. These products can be applied to different creations, and in this way we can make them unique. We can stay in the same topic, love, and we can talk about something else, something that can be used on the most important day, that is our wedding day. So this couple in sugar reflects once again the style and elegance of Tune, and bring it into pastry shops. Weddings are occasions when customers seek the highest quality and elegance. We can address this need with these couples. And then we also have birth and the christening. We want to be there with this kind of refinement and the tenderness of tune. So we created these sugar figures, light blue and pink figurines, and this can help also sales. And we also have these biscuits in sugar. Two perfect decorations for such special occasions such as birth and christening. We can also see a recap of what we saw. With the tune, we can cover three different occasions, three different sales opportunities: Valentine's Day, weddings, and birth and baptisms or christenings. So three key moments, three opportunities to grow and offer pastry chefs solutions that make a difference: anniversaries, birthday parties, and also, well, Mother's Day, many other occasions. So we can take full advantage of this throughout the year. The goal of this collaboration is giving our customers a competitive edge or advantage, and we can increase sales with something that nobody else has, since we are the only ones who have it. And we did something more, because there is also a new line from Tune that is designed and was designed especially for children. It features five inseparable animal friends, so Teddy Friends by Tune, this is the name, and it features five inseparable animal friends who embody friendship, fun, and imagination. It was present in large retail chains. We have Easter eggs for Pernigotti, something similar. So Teddy Tune, which is kind of a child, as you can see, together with their friends, and we brought them into this kind of wafer and the deco shape and waffle disc, and we can bring it into, well, anniversary parties or birthday parties in order to make our decorations more and more cool. Let's move on to another important brand, something new for us, that is to say the so-called Care Bears. Well, if you look at them at first sight, maybe you don't recognize them, but if I talk about Orsetti del Cuore in Italian, maybe there's something more that comes to your mind, Care Bears in English. So they are like this very colorful, they can stand for emotion, love, joy, etc., etc. So sharing, friendship, and positivity. This is a historic brand from the 80s, and it became fashionable again in 2025. It is a multi-generational or a cross-generational brand. It deals with new people, young people, elderly people, and we developed all this for all different platforms that can be accessible to children. And we also created a lot of targeted partnerships focusing on fashion, nostalgia, celebration of positive values in October with McDonald's for Happy Meal. So there were some Care Bears in the Happy Meal, but also in Poland with King Meal for Burger King. So we also brought this color and joy of Care Bears into our decorations, and we will go through them. So we are talking about the sugar biscuits, deco shape, and then this kind of blisters with this flavor of white chocolate, and then a waffle disc. But that's not everything, because in May we will also have these very nice sugar and jelly figures. Well, 6 centimeters is the height, is the size, and there will be some new colors for cakes. Here we can see some of the applications and all the different applications for pastry shops with a new color and a new joy. Let's move on to the next brand, which we know very well. I'm talking about Peppa Pig. This is a popular historical brand that has not been renewed for 20 years and which was revived in 2025. Why? Because it began with the announcement of Peppa's mother's pregnancy, followed by the birth of Evie at the end of May 2025. So, from May on, we had some releases, activities on the brand, and this also had an impact on our sales. Considering the period between July and September, we saw that there was an increase in sales by 15%. So we see that it is moving and the results are coming, so it's paying off. Thanks to the sales in England and in Poland, and this tells us that it is very popular abroad as a brand, and we would like to push this brand increasingly. So something new in 2026, we will be talking about the first meetings or encounters between Peppa and her family. Many live activities will be organized. So we wanted to renew our decorations where we can see the new Peppa's family. So we have these sugar biscuits, deco shape, and waffle discs, and in May we will also have new sugar and jelly figures, not just Peppa, but they will feature the entire Peppa's family. So here we can see an application on lollipop and chocolate, so we can also show that these biscuits can be very versatile. Let's move on to another brand that you know very well, and we know that the logo has changed. It is a little bit different. We are talking about Ninja Turtles, and this is referring to the TV series, which was launched 2 years ago. And it was a great success. In the last few months, we had the second series or season, sorry. And in the light of the different activities dealing with this brand, we wanted to renew our decorations so that they could show and feature a style to which new generations are most used, so that children could recognize our decorations, Ninja Turtles of the TV series. So we have a new waffle disc, deco shape, and Vesti Biscotti biscuit covers. So we can see that there is a completely new look. It is more and more appealing in terms of pastry decorations and creations. So I'm almost done, but anyway, I need to mention something else. This is kind of a spoiler. This is something new, which is about to be launched. I'm talking about one of the coolest characters in the world, a global icon in the world of video games and entertainment, success at the cinema, huge success. It is defined as a little blue ball in a very charming package. I'm talking about Sonic, which has become a true intergenerational brand. So we could also receive and get the license for Sonic. So in May we will have new decorations, which we will renew in September. A lot of novelties in the pipeline underway. Why did we choose Sonic, and why now? This is the perfect moment, because 2026 is the 35th anniversary. There will be a lot of activities organized by the brand. In the next few months we will have a new video game, and we will also have the highest point in terms of attention and consumers with the new film, which will be released in March 2026. Well, the first 3 films reached $1.2 billion all over the world, so we expect a lot of success and attention in terms of brand. Since it was a lot of food for thought, a lot of information, I think that a good video will summarize all that we said.
good work because we managed to get these new licenses and to renew the ones we already had. Next new product, new novelty is an opportunity, not a license. We would like to show how Modecor is a dynamic company able to follow what happens around us. This is why we wanted to be present with products for the World Cup 2026. With our decorations, we wanted to make the sets tools for fans. So we made sugar biscuits and deco shapes in wafer that celebrate the World Cup. They are quite general and it can be used in any country. And they're perfect for summer ice creams or cookies and so on. But also, the World Cup is very much followed in each and every country. So we developed customized decorations for each country with a slogan and national colors. We inserted the decorations for the countries where we are most present and that qualify to the World Cup. Germany, France, Spain, Belgium, Netherlands, Portugal, and UK. Italy is not there because we haven't qualified yet. So we are hoping that Italy will qualify this time. The playoffs are 26th and 31st of March. We will do it. We'll make it, but we have to wait for the results. And then we'll see, and we want you to tell us if these products could be an opportunity. We would like our decorations to be present in gelato shops for the World Cup. That is quite popular all around the world. I saw people that were like touching wood because Italy has not qualified yet. I apologize because we're really, really late, but we had so much stuff to talk about. And I would like to congratulate the brand managers for the work they did and for how they presented them. Very good work. I just go through very quickly the priorities for 2026. So to keep on growing on customized, we improved quality, and Alessandro introduced new products with new colors. Chocolate, a lot of new products in the emotional category and easy decoration, the golden touch and all the sprinkles. Then printers, the new Rebel print shade, colorings, the icing, and the new color paste line. And then mature categories, new flowers and candles. Then we have the cream art concept and the already colored version, the transfer on for sponge cake and shortbread, the stickers, and then all the licenses you saw, like a lot of tools that you have at your disposal. Of these, you for Italy, but also for outside of Italy, we made, and you are going to receive that. You're going to receive like catalogs and flyers, basically everything you have seen in the quantities needed for you to have your customers try them. And then you have all the support material and the digital material that will be available starting from tomorrow. And we have the folders in two formats, the big one and the small one. Now we see the stand that is going to showcase all of these beautiful products starting from tomorrow. We are in the same pavilion as the same we were the last few years with all the brands of Casa Optima. And we're slightly bigger this time because we both space together with Juzo to have more tables. And we have a shared space for a cooking show with the ambassadors of Juzo and Modecor. We are going to work together with Juzo and Modecor together in the show. Our stand will look like this. They will be able to see everything. We have a printer corner. We have shelves for the customized chocolate, the golden touch. We have here space for flowers and ceremonies. We can show the colorings because we're leaders in that business, and licenses. As I said, you can see how it looks from the main square. It's red, and then the shared space with a neutral color with where clients can sit and learn from our ambassadors and influencers, because we will be having Susanna, who will be doing a show together with Omar. Omar was here this morning. Like last year, we have several influencers like Alice Martini and Silvia Federica Portetti. They will be present Golden Touch and Transfer ONS. And then we will have the EPA ambassadors. They are pastry chefs with whom we have been started. We started a collaboration some time ago. And then you will have the Modecor decorations everywhere in all of the Casa Optima ice cream tubs. You will have on all the display this box that will testify that all the decorations are by Modecor with a QR code to our catalog. Talking about QR code, you received an email. This is very important. And this is about contacts you register at the trade fair. This year, you will have to ask the client, when you introduce yourself, to scan the QR code and fill in the form. The QR code will be everywhere on the tables at the info point. They will access a form online, and from that form, you will get an email. You just have to flag if this is a client you already had or if it's a new client. We think it's way more efficient, and I asked the area managers to remind people to follow this procedure because we need to know how many people come and talk to us. Having said that, I think I am finished. We were a bit late, but I think it was worth it. We're going to see each other later on the top floor for the coffee break and to see some of the new products we presented. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.